So next up, we go to Brooke Parkhurst, owner of Triple Oaks Bakery, and that is a dedicated gluten-free bakery. And Brooke, you're kind of out in the wilds of what, Virginia?
I am. We're right at the foot of the mountain below the Shenandoah National Park. It's very, very beautiful and kind of far away from everything.
Is that good or bad?
I deliver to Washington, D.C., which is nice. And I actually have a lot of customers who like the drive out here. It's so beautiful here. And I have a really pretty river right behind the bakery and horses and forest and the national park, and it's pretty cool.
Oh. So tell us a little bit about your business and what you do.
Well, my goal when I started the bakery, after 16 years of eating a lot of really bad gluten-free food, as you all are familiar with, was to make really nice, kind of classic French patisserie. And for the most part, I've succeeded. I have to say, I have a lot of customers who aren't gluten intolerant, who like my stuff just because it tastes good. And I do a lot of, I try to do a lot of pastries, but I do, pies and cakes and things like apple turnovers and spanakopita, which is a Greek spinach and feta turnover, and scones and biscuits. And right now I'm up to my eyeballs in cookies.
I wonder why.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
So what exactly, in your mind, having tasted like a lot of us who are going gluten-free for the first time, a lot of it tastes like cardboard. So what to you is a magic ingredient to make pastries light and fluffy?
Well, I was lucky enough that I'm a chef, and I've been a pastry chef at a couple of fine dining restaurants. And so I had the experience of making, regular pastries. And I think mostly it's a light touch and not using gluten-free recipes. I have to say my experience with gluten-free recipes in the past, and I think that's changing, is that they overcompensate for the lack of gluten, and I think it's unnecessary. So I mostly use traditional recipes and just substitute the flour, and that's at least where I start. And then if it doesn't come out, then I start tweaking. But for a lot of recipes, like for cakes and stuff, that comes out perfectly well.
So what you're saying is maybe avoid using gluten-free recipes.
Yeah, I know.
So you just stand there and play?
Yeah. I mean, it's really like it's not as bad as people think. And I do teach cooking classes here, and I teach cooking classes in people's homes. And usually they're pretty relieved, and they think, oh, it's not that hard, Now, having said that, I will say bread is hard. Breads are hard, and they take a lot of tweaking. But the sweets and a lot of the pastries come out really, really well.
Oh. So some of the flours that you're using would be what?
For almost entirely, I use a mixture that I make myself of rice flour, arrowroot starch, and tapioca flour. I try to avoid corn and soy because so many people are allergic to them. So I try to, for the most part, keep the common allergens out, although I do use butter and dairy in some things, although I can make non-dairy things as well.
So that just sounds fabulous, because a lot of people this time of year start experimenting with baking, and I realize that you don't distribute nationwide. You said DC, and so
well, I deliver to DC, but I do ship nationwide.
Oh, okay.
And not everything I make is sturdy enough to ship, but probably 2/3 of it is. So I can ship around the country.
Ah, okay, even better. So I stand corrected, and so people who are listening in on the show, what you should do is visit the website tripleoakbakery.com. And you can learn a little bit more about what Brooke is doing. But mostly I'm just fascinated by the idea, because for me, what I have access to, of course, are the Bob's Red Mill instant packaged, you mix a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and you're supposed to get cookies or brownies or whatever. But I just love the idea that if you're very creative in the kitchen and you're not afraid of messing around a little bit, you can actually come up with your own gluten-free recipes that are good. And that's news to me. So that's fun.
Oh,
so
yeah,
thanks for sharing your
Sure. The whole key is don't be scared. It's okay if you mess up, and it'll probably still taste okay.
That's true. It won't send you to the hospital.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, Brooke, is there anything else you'd like to add before you move back into your kitchen?
Well, not a thing. Just everyone have a lovely holiday.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
All right. And again, folks, that is tripleoakbakery.com and a dedicated gluten-free facility for wonderful pastries and your holiday cooking needs.